Aloha, I'm Chef Mark Noguchi, but you can call me Gooch. Saimin is a noodle dish that is unique to us in Hawaii. This comfort food's name is when you squash together the Chinese word sai, meaning thin, and men, meaning noodle. Not only is Saimin ancestrally tied to Chinese food, Saimin is also inspired by Japanese ramen, Okinawan soba, and Filipino pancit. Saimin dates back to the early days of Hawaii, our sugar and pineapple plantation era. Back then, immigrant laborers cooked with whatever we had on hand. Today, a great bowl of Saimin still has all the basics: char siu or spam, green onion, and egg. On this episode of Saimin Says, we're going to catch up with one of Hawaii's most iconic chefs, Roy Yamaguchi. We're going to cruise by one of his localicious partners, Kohana Rum, a local distillery in Kunia which specializes in agricole rum. After that, we're going to stop by Wahiawa's Shige Saimin stand, where owners Ross and Joanne Shigeoka serve their Saimin noodles handmade every day for almost 30 years. I've always had an incredible amount of aloha for Chef Roy. I've never worked for him, not once. But for some reason, he's always treated me like a son.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Hi.
nice.
I see we ordered the same thing.
Well, you like the wonton, huh?
Yeah, I do. I usually order it with extra wonton. Do you have a preference? Saimin or ramen?
So my whole thing about ramen and Saimin is that usually when I eat Saimin, I have it for breakfast. Ramen, you have different styles, right?
Right.
You have like the Hakata, you have, down south, and then you have like the Sapporo north, and then Tokyo ramen. Tokyo ramen is more of the shoyu style. I was kind of brought up with the miso ramen. So, mainly from Sapporo area. As I was, getting older in Japan, I started to enjoy tonkotsu ramen, the pork. But then when it comes to Saimin, I like the simple flavor. So it's more simple, it's plain. So, I'm more of a purist when it comes to eating Saimin. So just chashu, kamaboko, the egg, it's kind of like where I'm at.
When they say a comfort food, it has plantation origins. I think our ancestors in the plantation days, they didn't have very much. So, you have to make it as oishi as possible without...
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because, my grandfather, when he came to Hawaii, he actually ended up working on the plantation. His whole thing was about, when I was a kid, and I used to visit my grandfather, one of the first things he would do is order Saimin, but then he would put it in like a pot, and then he bring the pot home.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. So all you do is just pick it up, put it in the pot, bring it home, and just kind of serve it to us. So that's kind of way we grew up eating Saimin.
You opened up in
1988 is when we opened
88.
up. 30 years.
What was Hawaii like back then?
Oh, crazy. Back then, Hawaii Kai was like, like in the Roy's parking lot. That used to be a pile of dirt. And then looking the other way towards Costco, all of that was all dirt and gravel, no buildings. I wanted a neighborhood restaurant. I wanted Roy's to be part of a community, part of a neighborhood. I wanted people to be proud of who we are, what we stand for. To me, being in a neighborhood was extremely important, and I wanted people to travel to the restaurant. When I was looking for an architect to help put the restaurant together, they would tell me, "You're making a big mistake.
I'll bet.
Do not go to Hawaii Kai. It's a graveyard for restaurants." I said, no, I want to be there because I want to be a part of a community. So that's what I wanted to create, a place where people came and had fun, and a place where they feel very, very comfortable. It's homey, and that's what a neighborhood does, right?
30 years, right?
30 years.
30 years later. That's cool.
Yeah. Saimin brings people together.
Saimin, yes. Being in Hawaii, I always say, ramen is trendy, Saimin is life.
Yep. No, I'd say I like that. I like that. I like that phrase.
Yeah. Shall we hit it? The genealogy of Saimin traces all the way back to the sugar plantation days. Localicious is a campaign that highlights restaurants who are committed to sustaining the local agriculture industry. Kohana is a proud Localicious partner that distills heirloom sugarcane juice into Hawaiian agricultural rum. So it was only natural that we stop by, say hi, and have a drink.
So I'm gonna pour the first one. This is from the sugarcane manulele. So manulele we talked about has that hana aloha ceremony attached to it. And this one, a dark purple and yellow striped sugarcane.
Floral?
Floral, yeah.
A banana.
Yeah.
Like creamy, like a peanut butter banana smoothie.
So our next white rum is coming from a sugarcane called Mahaiula. Mahaiula translates to red ulua or red trevally. And so a lot of the plants, a lot of the canes were named after fish. This is a dark maroon and purple striped sugarcane.
It's subtle
Subtle, yeah.
compared to the first.
So this next rum I'm gonna pour for you is gonna be our koho line. And so koho in Hawaiian meaning to select. This is our barrel aged rum. It comes from manulele, and so the neat thing is you're gonna be able to see the difference after aging between the kea rum, manulele, and our koho rum, manulele.
Hot.
Hot, yeah. So a little bit hotter, yeah. It's higher in proof. So good on the rocks. Yeah, flambe. Yeah.
Yeah, wood, yeah?
Yeah.
I think this wood light.
No, you're saying you're flambe.
Oh, I'm gonna get flambe.
And for the last one, chocolate and honey liqueur. We team up with local businesses. So Manoa Chocolate is one. Source local cacao, and we'll steep that for about 2 weeks in our rum. And then we'll infuse local honey from Manoa Honey Company into the rum as well.
Not too sweet. It's
Yeah.
nice. Although the tannins are still there, I like that, yeah?
You could use it in our dessert. So a lot of people pour it on their ice cream, like vanilla ice cream. You can make an affogato or morning coffee, depending on how the morning's going. Yeah.
If it's going good, and
Yeah.
if it's going bad,
Yeah.
same thing.
Either way.
Yep.
Either way.
So we'll take 2 bottles of the kea,
2 bottles of kea. All right.
and then I'd like to get Poppa.
Hey, thank you, my son.
Yeah,
Thank
you're welcome.
thank you.
You're welcome, Pops. And yeah, we'll go put them on the Hawaiian Miles card. About lunchtime right now. We'll grab a lift, hit it to Shige's.
Okay, I like that.
Let's do it.
You paying again?
I'm paying again. Wahiawa is the classic plantation town frozen in time. Therein lies Shige Saimin Stand, owned and operated by Ross and Joanne Shigeoka. I think a lot of people feel that a family-run business is romantic. It's something that every family would want. But nobody really knows the amount of sacrifice and hard work that it takes. But this is a family business. Ross coming in every morning to make the noodles, Joanne making sure that the front looks good and the books are tidy, and the countless family and friends and relatives that come to support every day. For me, the cheeseburger deluxe, meat stick, and wonton min is the quintessential combination. It's like grilled cheese and tomato soup, but way more oishi.
It's a good day.
It was a great day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, spam and char siu. Look at the noodles though.
You can tell right away how the noodle is different. So Ross, what made you want to have noodles like this instead of, ordinary noodles that somebody else
The
might
cut,
have?
yeah. My grandpa had the same cutter size. So
Poppa, kind of like kishime, yeah.
This is
Almost.
excellent.
This is it's amazing.
So this was your idea for the whole way it's
presentation.
presentation.
My grandparents used to chop the spam into cubes. And
he
put
said-
cashew inside. Yeah.
But you said, okay, I'm gonna cut it more like a batonet. I like this.
Nothing speaks to the soul like Saimin for us guys, yeah.
Everybody loves this. Yeah, from small kid time.
This is pure. You know what I mean?
It's comfort. Yeah.
Comfort, but it's pure. You taste the ingredients.
Every single one.
My grandpa used to do the barbecue sticks on hibachi, on the charcoal burning hibachi. And every time he would burn the stick off, he would like want to serve it. Yeah. Grandma used to scold him, no, because you need cooking, yeah.
Yeah, the bottom
And then he used to cook it on 40-watt light bulb all night for 4 hours, turning barbecue stick. It was hilarious. All the sauces Joanne made, barbecue sauce, the terry sauce.
Oishio.
Oishi.
Burgers is caddied every morning. Why hamburger? Why with the Saimin? So when they ate and they eat the Saimin and they take one bite, then they get it. Yeah, then they get it. Some
Simon
people-
is so good you can't stop. You take a bite.
I don't know what to say. I really don't. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Customers say how comfortable they feel coming here, just like home. So they bring their own beer.
I could do that next time.
Just like cheers.
What you just said when he was talking about opening Hawaii Kai, that you use the exact same, exact same verbatim on what he wanted, what
Yeah,
you
with
wanted.
neighborhood
the
restaurant, we wanted our guests, the customers, to come over and feel like home. You know them by their names. You see them, they say hi. You go to the market, they come up to you. You know what I mean?
Our customer is all like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything. We see them
They
grow
come
up.
back.
Oh my goodness. They come back with their own kids.
I love that. I love that story.
And when they see us, they're so happy, to see us.
Chefs would kill for a compliment about how wow, I cannot. This reminds me of Wachang. Man, I took a bite of your noodles and I thought of smoky time when Dad would make kishime. Like chefs, they try so hard to get that. Thanks, Dad.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
Thank you.
You're welcome.